Hi guys, thanks for watching. Andy here, and let's do a 3-card reading for the air signs. Sorry I'm not doing individual ones yet again, but it's the upload schedule and I think this is going to work. I think we can do this one every week if I do it like this. So air signs, Libra, Aquarius and Gemini. I'm shuffling now for you. We'll do a 3-card tarot spread and then we will find out some more and then we will find out some more again. Got a bit more time for these. Okay, so asking for 3 cards for the air signs, Libra, Aquarius and Gemini. And let's lay them out there. 1, 2, 3, and okay. So the first one we have here is the Knight of Pentacles. Now then, this is very positive. For the Pentacles, it's earth sign energy, really. Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo energy. Those people coming around you, possibly. Certainly, though, when earth signs and earth energy comes up, we need to be grounding ourselves. And we see here, actually, this is a very wise knight, the Knight of Pentacles, because he's sitting still there. The horse isn't rushing anywhere. He's very strong. He's full of potential. He can help in lots of ways, but he's not rushing off kind of half-cocked, I suppose, as we'd say in Britain. It's like a gun, you know, if it goes off half-cocked, not a good thing. But hey, it's 4th of July and I'm wearing my Ramones t-shirt, so happy 4th, even if it's probably not the 4th by the time you're watching this, but I hope you had a good 4th of July across the pond there, and thanks to all my American friends for their support. But yeah, the Knight of Pentacles, earth energy coming in here. I'm particularly drawn to Libra when I think about grounding. So much is up in the air and has been for quite a few weeks around Libra now. It is a big time of change, actually, because we're about to go into Mercury retrograde. We've had a solar eclipse, new moon. It's all been happening, so we really are at the beginning of a journey here because things have happened and that makes a shift so we can go forward. But the Knight isn't in a big hurry to make that shift. It's golden all around the Knight of Pentacles here, and the Pentacles are actually about all the energies working together under the auspices of the divine, so very positive indeed, if you ask me. So now we come on to the middle card of this spread, which I'm doing for the air signs, and I'm actually thinking Libran energy again here, but we'll make sure we get everyone covered. And I guess, different strokes for different folks. These readings and the cards and their meanings apply themselves differently to everybody who watches it. So the most important interpretation of these is the ones that you put on them. Okay, but we've got the 5 of Pentacles here. Now then, this character really ought to be kind of inside the nice warm building in the bright light rather than outside, kind of struggling along there, but there is help along the way. This reminds us that there are always friends to help, and we should remember them, because no matter how well we do, no matter how much success we have, we're always going to need other people. It's part of being a human being, so it's part of the spiritual journey for every human being, getting in touch with people, like-minded people, maybe not always like-minded people, but we can help each other in this life. We really can. Now, eventually, this card, when it comes up, and it is actually the middle card, so it's the heart of the matter in so many ways. When this card comes up, it does actually mean the Libran balance thing is going to work rather nicely, actually, because it does end up with this character in the right place, in the warm. But right now, it's a time of out in the cold. That is actually a journey to things getting better, though, inevitably. That's always the case, if things aren't good, if times are hard, it's teaching you something about making things better, times better as you go forward. It took me a lot of my life to realise that, actually, but if I think back of good things and bad things that have happened to me in my life, the bad things have always led somewhere, even if it's just taught me never to be so stupid again. At least by the time things have happened, I know. Okay, so we've got 2 Pentacles cards there, actually. Now, I do feel this is quite positive in terms of money, but I'm thinking more in terms of balance than kind of sudden riches coming in. I can see a certain amount of riches in the background of all these cards, particularly, actually, the Knight of Pentacles. That's very rich and very golden, is it not? But the Pentacles energy, always about grounding, always about keeping it real. So remember, friends, guys, okay? Gemini won't find that one too difficult, actually, because that twins influence thing in the Gemini character does make them normally easier people to get on with. It's one of the great things about Gemini. But, you know, getting grounded, that's another matter, isn't it, for Gemini? Aquarius, I feel that you've got quite a good bit of grounding going on already. But, guys, don't end up feeling that you're kind of stuck down in the dumps just because you're grounded. The more grounded you are, the higher the chakras can fly, and you can open the stargate and get things going on. Real beautiful flow of good energy from heaven to earth, which is what the spiritual quest is all about. It really is. Okay, now then, let's just take a quick drink of tea, actually. Earl Grey on a summer's day. I've been struggling to get the lighting right this week because it's very, very sunny weather. It's beautiful. I'm delighted. You know, the rest of the day is fantastic. It's just when it comes to making a video, it is absolutely insane. So I've got various kind of lights shining at different angles to try and, you know, not exactly cut the sun out, but just balance things a bit, because otherwise you couldn't see my face and you couldn't see what's in the cards. And here is the last card in the reading. We will do some more cards and we will go on further, but this is the last one of the 3-card spread. It's number 14. It is Temperance. Now, and this is a very positive card. It's essentially an outcome card because it's the end of the spread, but I do feel it's about actually moving forward into the next leg of the journey in this case. And for that to happen and for it to be a success, things really do need to come into balance. And we're seeing a magical balance here. This is a good one for you guys, Libra, because it's an actual flow of energy, and it's a magical flow. It's going kind of at a diagonal angle. If you pour water out of this cup in real life, the water will spill straight down. And there is water down here, so that wouldn't be a disaster. And so this isn't really a warning card, but this is about bringing things into balance in a very magical way. And for that to happen, we need to trust the magic, that it can work. And it really can work, friends. If you're watching this, you know that the magic works. If you can actually believe in card readings and psychic stuff, you know it's out there, you know it's real. So stick with that journey, guys, but be prepared for Temperance to come in. Now, I know that's not a really fantastic looking outcome there, but it can mean really positive things. You know, in a relationship, this can mean things coming into balance. Career-wise, money-wise, things coming into balance. It's always good. Now, it's so easy to jump onto Libra when I start talking about balance, but, you know, balance is actually good for all the signs, and I think Libra are going to be feeling it a little bit more strongly than other people. Yeah, but it is a real good balance, okay, because this is completely golded out, this scene. I think, you know, no matter how positively we visualize and believe, not that many of us can believe that we're going to end up absolutely surrounded by gold like that. You know, it's a sort of multi-billionaire level. The Bill Gateses of this world, that kind of people. It's kind of more in balance here, but then we're shut out a bit, aren't we? And yeah, we come to the Temperance card, and we've got a golden crown, and we've got a longish journey up a hill to get to it. But we can get to it. That's not impossible. That looks to me the sort of distance you could walk in probably less than a day. And things can happen very quickly. Things can come into balance very quickly. In the numerology of it, we're past the 10 of completion, and we're 1 before the 5. That's how Roman numerals work. X for 10, and then 1 before V, 1 before 5, so that's 4, so 14. So, yeah, we're really on the way to the second level of completion now. We're really, this is about things getting off the ground. Not just from the absolute basics, but from maybe things have plateaued. You know, we make spiritual progress and things plateau. So maybe this is the beginning of the plateau actually coming to an end and actually allowing newness to happen, allowing new adventures to come into life. I certainly hope it is. Okay. Right, then I'm going to ask now for some more information about this. I'm going to say, tell us more, please, about the Knight of Pentacles in this reading for the air signs Libra, Aquarius and Gemini, which I'm doing right at the beginning of July 2019, but which you can watch anytime you want. Yeah, it's like the meanings, you know, the meanings are what they mean to you. The time to watch it is the time when you want to watch it. That's the simplest way of putting it. Yeah, okay. So, telling us more about the Knight of Pentacles. Number 1, the Magician. Now, this is a very different card. It's coming from Tarot in Wonderland, by the way. One of my favourite decks, that, but certainly gives us a different perspective from the Rider-Waite, which is not exactly a normal tarot deck, because there's no such thing as a normal tarot deck, but this is giving us a new perspective on things. We've actually got all 4 of the signs represented here. We've got a sword, we've got a wand, we've got the pentacle there, and we've got a cup as well. So all the energies are coming together in this card. The magician, we know, is the master of his or her own destiny, and so that really is what you need to be. And this is what the Knight of Pentacles is about here. See, he's standing there full of potential. He's got his horse standing still. Everything's under control, and he's waiting until it suits him. And when it suits him, it's going to be when all the pieces fall into place. So all the four elements of this, the swords, the cups, the pentacle, and the wand, all need to come together. All the energies do need to work together for life to have a story, you know, because life is change, and there needs to be a story behind that change, simply because there's always been meant to be a story behind that change. Right, so tell us more, please, about the Five of Pentacles in this reading for all the air signs, Libra, Aquarius, and Gemini. Tell us more, please, about the Five of Pentacles. Okay, now then, matters of love come to mind here. We've got the High Priestess. Just about make that card out. It's really not good light today, but look at the beautiful purple healing energy in this. Now what really needs to heal here is worries about not being good enough, because Alice here, this is the Alice in Wonderland tarot deck, she has actually gone to see the Queen here. Well, sorry, the High Priestess here. And this isn't because the High Priestess is kind of somehow a better energy, a better kind of person in any way. It's because Alice has actually reached the stage where she's allowed in between the two twin towers there. She's actually allowed to go over into there. The High Priestess isn't pushing her away. There'll be lots of positive possibilities, but she is, to a certain extent, about abundance, the High Priestess. So whatever the positive possibilities are, they're looking abundant. It's not kind of one of those things where I think something positive is going to happen and you end up kind of, yeah, this might turn out to have been positive in 10 years' time. This, you're going to know, guys. This is actually up front. This is actually there waiting to happen. You're going to be able to go in behind that curtain. In matters of love, this is about being allowed in, really, into someone's heart. And maybe, you know, because it's fluid energy, different strokes for different folks, you need to let someone into your heart. Sometimes, you know, we feel kind of alone and unloved, and really, you know, it's out there, but we haven't really opened ourselves to it. So it's good to open your heart to love. And the High Priestess energy shows that it's a spiritual journey, a spiritual kind of love, and it's come up to go with the Five of Pentacles here. So this is the love that we need to get us through. It's kind of companion energy as well as the full-on romantic thing. And I think a big part of romance is actually the thought that, you know, we found someone who we feel compatible with enough to share the journey with. Really quite an exciting thing when that happens. Okay, so tell us more about number 14, Temperance, which is the outcome card in this 3-card spread that I'm doing today for the air signs Libra, Aquarius, and Gemini. Tell us more about number 14, Temperance, if you please. And here we have it. It's the Moon. Right. Now then, that really does explain a lot about temperance. We've said about the thing of balance, and that is really very important because everything is always trying to balance in the universe, and that particularly works itself out in spiritual ways. But here, we've got a lot of meaning for the whole thing. It plays into the Knight of Pentacles kind of standing and waiting thing as well, and also the Five of Pentacles out in the cold feeling. We've got the full moon energy there, very strong, so very powerful spiritually. And we've got Mr. Walrus here, who you can barely see because the sun's shining so bright. Isn't that mad? The sun's shining so bright that you can't really make it out. I'll tip it back a bit, you man. It's Mr. Walrus here, and he is a very cosmic, very spiritual kind of character. This card is number 18, by the way, so it's very close to completion, but it's stop and think, because the Walrus is talking to this character here who really needs to work out he is actually going in the right direction, but he needs to work out what it is he's doing right, because he wants to be able to keep on doing it. And because when things come out right and the absolute outcome happens and things are really beginning to settle, he wants that outcome to last, so he needs to know that he's doing the right thing in the right reason. Really, guys, this is about something we all maybe need to do to a greater or lesser extent. Just kind of got to be able to look at yourself in the mirror in the morning and think, yeah, that person's worthwhile, you know. And it's not always easy to think that, because we have so many negative images thrust at us as we go through life. Often under the guise of trying to kind of help us keep things under control more. and kind of be a better team player. Well, it is really important to be a great team player, but what I'm always emphasizing, guys, is that to be a really good team player, just like to be a really good anything, you need to be you, because you'll be able to do a lot more for the team if you're doing exactly what God made you to do. Think of that. You know, it's not always selfish to take time out, and the moon card there, number 18, is saying very close to completion now, but do take that time out to think, and do listen to the guidance that's coming, because it really is coming. I'm especially drawn to Aquarius and Gemini for that guidance coming in. Libra, I feel like you kind of know what you're about at this time. But hey, you know, different strokes for different folks. Interpret as you will, my friends. I am shuffling again, and we're going to do a Work Your Light Oracle card from Rebecca Campbell here, to get a bit more significance for all three of these cards, because by bunching the videos up, I think I can kind of run them to 20 minutes or so, so that's what I'm trying to do, as long as there's time to upload it. Okay, so telling us more about the Knight of Pentacles in this reading for all the air signs, Libra, Aquarius and Gemini in early July 2019. Trust your path. Now you need to trust your path. See, he's not actually going anywhere because he's still working out which is the right path to be on. Aren't we all just doing that? But most particularly the air signs this week, it would say, trust your path. You knew you would be supported. No, it doesn't. If you knew you would be supported, what would you do? And that's the question the Knight of Pentacles is asking himself here, you know. How much could he actually do? What is the right direction to go in? And can he actually bring everything together here into it as the Magician has? And the answer is yes, you know, you can. It's always a definite yes if you're looking to magic to help you, because we are all magical people and we do all have that very strongly rooted within us. But trusting it is another matter altogether. We've got to believe that somehow we're going to be supported. But look, what this card is showing us is there's a lot of truth along the path with this turquoise here. But we've got this pink spiritual higher heart energy coming in through all the purple healing hues into this sky, which is just a wonderful, almost fractally coloured sky there. Lovely pastel colours as well. It's gentle. So this is about gentle energy. And this is just about... This is the trusting part of it. It really is. You've got to make some decisions about which way you want to go, most definitely. But the energy will be there to kind of help you know what to do when that moment comes in. If you trust the universe, because it's always talking to us. You don't have to be a medium to hear it. Being a medium is a particular way of being able to use it, and I'm delighted that I can do that. But really, we can all hear the universe talking to us if we stop and listen. You could call that meditation. It doesn't have to be called that, but that essentially is what it is. It's about having the time to make those decisions and decide which way to go, because that really is the energy of the beginning of this reading, guys. It's really kind of which way do we go? But, you know, the Magician came up, so you're the master of your own destiny, you know. Must remember that, because that's an important one to remember. Okay, so tell us more about the Five of Pentacles, in this reading for the air signs, Libra, Aquarius and Gemini. And we have Mintakan, longing for home, belonging, the original light workers. Now then, a lot of the energy and the messages coming up earlier this week were about kind of the beginning of a new civilization, as if we're moving into a strikingly new, very powerful period of change in the world. And we actually are. That's the way astrology is pointing for 2020. Lots of really big changes coming in. But changes which aren't going to be anything like as scary as they seem when they actually start happening, because there is a journey from now to then, even though it isn't long. And we're going to find new ways of working with the light and walking in the light. I'm sure we are, because we always find them. Things change. The old ways don't work quite as well for us. We need to find something new. And this varies so much from person to person. Sometimes finding something new for me might be that I've decided to use something that someone else used to use years ago and have a different method. But, you know, for me it's new, but really it's an old way of doing things. Who cares, as long as things are working, as long as things are going the right way? I'm seeing the spiritual journey here, and I feel that where romantic love comes into this spread this week, it is about looking to the esoteric and kind of having a good relationship with what you believe about God and the divine and the universe, and that being a kind of shepherding hand on your shoulder to guide you and to keep going. because somewhere in your higher self, you know where you're going, where you need to go. And somewhere in our intuition, somewhere, and it's subconscious most of the time, we do have some good kind of psychic knowledge about where we're going in life. So it is good to meditate, it really is. And thinking about meditativeness now, I've just glanced down at the moon, and I'm going to say, let's have a final oracle card, please, as a significator for the Temperance card number 14, which we also had the moon about, and that's in this reading for the air signs Libra, Aquarius, and Gemini. They're stuck. Right, okay, they weren't that badly stuck, okay. And that is play. Right, so now then, there has been a definite feeling of things being a little bit over serious all the way through this reading, actually. Because if we're standing still and we're kind of gathering knowledge, which is basically what most of this is about, then we don't really kind of need to be actively involved all the time. It's actually good to take a complete rest and have a think about things. That's very kind of Taurian kind of energy there, kind of earth sign energy, but it's all about that grounding, because we have got 2 Pentacles cards in this reading. So grounding the earthiness of things is really important, and things get a lot more down to earth if you take time off and play. Things just, you take everything a little bit less seriously, and then when the game's finished and you come back into real life, you've got a fresh perspective, and you've maybe, the human mind is amazing. You maybe thought of something you'd never thought of before. So positive outcomes in kind of impossible situations are possible when we play a little bit. And it says, have fun, celebrate, don't be so serious. Okay, and that is a good significator for the whole reading, actually. So there we go, air signs. Thanks for watching, guys. A little bit disjointed, a little bit different to usual. It'll settle into a pattern pretty soon. Every week I seem to manage to fit it into a slightly shorter upload, and I think this one's actually going to fit what YouTube is capable of uploading. Now then, I was slightly miffed with YouTube last night because they suddenly released, it was 270 odd comments, over 270 comments, which I don't know, I just hadn't been able to see them before. That's the second time it's happened, so I really do appreciate everyone who's left a comment. I really enjoy sharing the journey with you guys. I'm going to go through those comments and read them all because it's important to me, but it might take me a while. So anyway, leave me a comment, guys. We can actually share the journey now. I think it's actually feasible. I'll be back soon with more readings. Thumbs up, please, if you've enjoyed it. Don't forget to subscribe. Tap that bell so you don't miss anything. And share me around the internet a bit as well if you can. Brilliant. Thanks again for watching. Peace.